What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unsolicited with Sam and Jordyn. I am Sam. This is Jordyn. It's a hat day. It's also like a little rain. It's rainy up here. I don't know if it's
It
raining
is
down
no,
by you,
it's
but
stormy, rainy, gray, and gross
yeah.
down here as well. So I love that we didn't even have to talk about it. We both just inherently knew it was a hat day. Phenomenal. Sam, hi. How are you doing? You're doing very, very well right now, actually. I'm going to answer for you.
First of all, in my basketball era, obviously. But yeah, I mean, the Knicks are a really, really good basketball. I almost said football team. Basketball team.
It's a rainy May Tuesday. I don't
Yeah.
have a brain cell left, especially because it was so nice over the weekend. I was like, it's summer. I don't have to think anymore. And now it's like gray. It's throwing me all off.
I really, before we get into basketball talk, I slept in on Sunday and I had not a single thing to do other than hang out with my mother and my mother-in-law. And like that was it. Oh my God. I went to bed at like 10 p.m. on Saturday night. I woke up at 10:30 on Sunday morning and I was like, and it was, like, my off day, like, I wasn't working out that day, so I was like, "Oh, so I slept in. I don't have to do any sort of crazy labor. I'm gonna go, like, see my mom." I was like, "This is the best day of my life." And it was so gorgeous outside that I was like, "This is it. This is the last day on earth. I'm good. I can go. I can
Oh,
go."
literally, those days are so underrated. Even just, it's really tough for me to get in bed at a reasonable time. And the other night, me and Brian were both exhausted. Literally, we're in bed under the covers, asleep by 10:30. I woke up naturally at 6:30 a.m. the next morning, ready for work, ready to go. I was in like the best mood. I was like, maybe there is something to this whole getting enough hours of sleep every night thing.
What a concept. You know, like, what a freaking concept. Getting 8 hours of sleep every night, super healthy for you. Like, probably some of the best things that you could do.
No, literally. Everyone says, like, for your body, for your mental health, like, everything, just getting enough sleep, and I've been raw dogging insomnia my entire life.
I literally I talk about this with shout out Kat, my friend Kat, all the time because her and I are very different sleepers. There's actually a really funny story from my bachelorette party where everyone had their own room except me because I shared the big like master suite with Kat. And she was laying on her back and I was laying on my stomach. And she looked at me and she goes, "Aren't you gonna go to sleep now?" And I went, "Yeah." And she goes, "You sleep on your stomach?" And I was like, "You sleep on your back?" Like we had never experienced that before in like the same bed of each other. And literally, like it was just like sleep differences from the
Wait,
beginning.
I'm gonna defend you so hard, though. I cannot sleep on my back to the point that I've literally gotten stressed of, like, I'm gonna have kids one day, and I'm not gonna be able to sleep on my stomach, like,
That is legitimately the thought that I have all the time.
yes. Okay. You do that too? Because I'm like, what's gonna happen to me? Like when I cannot sleep like this.
Yeah, I know. Well, that's why you get those like freaking insanely expensive but super comfortable body pillows to
Yeah.
sleep because I I don't understand how people sleep on their back. That's just me. I just don't get it. I only resort to like laying on my back if it's like 4 a.m. and I can't sleep. And I'm like,
I
what do I do?
I've like genuinely tried and I lay there and I'm like, there has to be something to this. Like,
No.
well,
They
like
it's
I
straight
think
up.
I think it's also recommended. Like I think that's how you're supposed to.
No. No
No?
way.
I'm pretty sure you are not supposed to be sleeping face down.
Well, makes
Like
sense.
I'm gonna Google, so it's totally unbiased. What is the recommended position for sleep? Sleeping on your back or side is generally recommended.
Makes sense. Makes
Oh,
sense. Checks out.
why? Nothing I like in this world is good for me.
No.
I am naturally attracted to all of the things that make life harder, and it's just really, really frustrating at this point.
It'd be like that sometimes.
It's so annoying. Like all my favorite foods, all my favorite drinks. The way I sleep? Like, can I have anything?
No, no.
No.
Well, we're on the same sleep page though, because I literally think about all the time how I'm like, I'm not gonna sleep when I'm pregnant because I'm just not gonna be able to, because I can't sleep on anywhere else except I never even tried to sleep on just my side, and I can't. I always end up like moving my shoulder out and laying on my chest or my stomach.
Yes. No, I'm always like face down and facing usually this way.
Wait, yeah, wait. When you sleep, do you put your arm under your head?
No, but it's like my hand is like next to my head. Maybe
Okay.
like my head's like on my hand sometimes.
Okay. I sleep like this, like as if you're sleeping like on a desk. I slide this arm under my pillow.
Wait, now I don't know. Do I have anything to talk this way?
Like, like when you put your head down on a desk, like
Yeah.
and like that.
I don't know how I sleep. I feel like my arm is definitely bent, but I feel like it doesn't go all the way under.
You wanna know what's so funny? This afternoon, Jordan and I were trying to figure out what to talk about on the podcast today. And we were like, "Oh, if anything, we'll just talk about like one or two things. It'll be like a 30-minute episode." Meanwhile, we're almost 10 minutes in and we're talking about how we sleep.
I'm trying to mimic how I okay, you know what? This is called unsolicited for a reason, okay?
There are no rules. There are
There
no
are no
rules.
rules here on unsolicited.
All right, let's get a
We're
banner up
losing it.
here.
We need NFL season back so bad we're losing it. We actually fully also started a conversation about the NBA and abandoned it.
You know what? That's fine.
We're gonna circle back.
We'll circle back. We have to talk about the fact that it is Tuesday, May 13th of 2025. Obviously, recorded before you guys see this. Today is the day that Jordan and I went to the same Eras Tour concert. Obviously, Jordan went to several more, but for the both of us, today was that day where we experienced that together, even though we were not together. But I saw you, so that's all that matters.
Sam, literally out of every single person on the floor, Sam picked me out of the crowd and said, "There she is. There's Jordyn." But no, May of 2023 was just such a magical time. Like life will never feel like that again. Because like even like before the concert, I was like, holy shit, I see Taylor Swift so soon. And then after the concert, I was like, holy shit, I just saw Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
And there was just like magic in the air. And it was like the year of Barbie, the year of the Eras tour.
Oh,
Like it was just so like such strong feminine energy and like girl boss vibes.
oh,
And
so girl boss.
I loved it. And like just looking at where we're at now, like I want to go back.
I also had you put 1 year anniversary. It was 2 years ago, Jordan.
Oh my God.
It was 2023. How crazy is that? Like, it wasn't even just last year. That was 2 years ago. I
No,
had just gotten engaged.
that also puts whoa, and now I just got engaged. Ew.
Mm.
What was I gonna say? That also puts into perspective how long she actually toured for, though, because like I feel like it didn't wrap up that long ago. Like obviously we're approaching a year, but what we're at like
No, like,
uh,
that wasn't it, like, October she finished?
oh yeah, you're right.
September? October? Because it was during football season, I remember.
Yes. Oh yeah,
So,
it was like close to yes.
yeah, so I think it was, like, October. So it's been, like, 8 months-ish since she finished, and the fact that Jordan and I went to shows that wasn't even, like, the really beginning of the tour. That was, I don't know, like, she had been on tour
It
for
was
at
a
least
few
2
months
months,
in, yeah.
like, 2 months in or something. So the fact that that was 2 years ago and that she just wrapped up this past fall, that's a long time to be on tour, damn.
Especially with a 3-hour show.
I was
I just
watching the
miss
videos
her.
on my yeah, I was watching the videos on my phone, and I was like, "Damn, what a fu" and, like, obviously, I always remember it being good, but then, like, reliving it and seeing exactly what it was again, like, I'm like, "Holy shit, that show was so good."
We haven't talked about the Easter eggs, and we didn't plan to talk about them today. Have you seen this? You're living in Knicks world right now. Oh my
I
god.
don't think I don't think I've seen a single thing about Taylor Swift si well, I just saw the stuff her and Travis were in New York this week. Wait, okay, wait, fill me in. Hold on, let me
Oh,
make a banner.
Sam, I am about to rock your Taylor Swift world,
Oh my
okay?
god, I'm actually so excited. We've never had a chance to do this before.
I know. I feel like I'm like the British are coming. The British are coming. Like,
Paul Revere. Taylor Swift, Paul Revere over here.
no, literally. All right, Sam. So first off, her and Travis were in Philly, like literally Philadelphia for Mother's Day. I'm
Oh,
assuming they were here to visit Jason and Kylie because Kylie just had the baby. But yeah, literally
right,
out
okay.
to like a very famous like brunch spot in Philly. So I'm like, she's 30 minutes away from me. Like I was at
That's
my desk,
crazy.
like she's right there. Insane. Actually, I was not. I'm literally lying. It was Mother's Day. I was not at my desk, but I was talking about it at work the next morning, and I was like, she's probably still here. Um, Anyhow, they were in Philly. All of a sudden, her website, her like articles of things are listed to spell out AMAs. It's like apparel, merchandise, accessories sale. Like super weird. Then Taylor Nation posted a story where they capitalized random letters and spelled out AMAs. She has having the AMAs are on May 26th, so Memorial Day weekend. They're creeping up. Items on her sale are listed for 26% off. And here's the crazy thing, no one is speculating Rhett Taylor's version. It's all TS12, and apparently TS12 is love and red and all these things. And to the point, so those Easter eggs, those are like the real Easter eggs. Like no matter, like something is coming at the AMAs, whether she's there or does an announcement after, I don't know, but like we are getting
Something's happening.
something. Like pay attention to the AMAs.
Oh my god, that's
What
so
it is,
exciting.
I don't know. I still is this going to be a fourth award show that I show up clowning for Reputation? Like, I don't know. Like, that's what it's
Perhaps.
like. But like, I can't picture TS12 and then also getting Reputation and Debut out by the end of this year. But like, there is a lot of proof pointing to TS12 and like colors that she's been wearing, the way that like the way that Taylor Nation's referring to her, like they stopped calling her the chairman and they started calling her a princess.
I did see that.
Yes.
I did see that, and I said, "That's very interesting," and then it escaped my brain for the rest of my life.
Yes, so, like, that's a little weird, and then so she obviously went from the Tortured Poets when she announced Tortured Poets, and she had the white dress with the black gloves,
Right.
and then the next award show that, like, a year later, she's in the short red with the tea and, like, glowing, and then Taylor Swift made that or Taylor Nation made that post, "I'm you, but less tortured." She had 12 diamonds in her earrings, and then Selena Gomez posted a picture of her and Taylor performing during the 1989 tour, and it was the 12th slide. And she also Taylor used 12 Ds when she said, "Oh my god." So, there's a lot to unpack there,
That I mean, sold.
right?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I think I did see the princess thing, and I feel like I did see somebody talking about the AMAs, but I was so not focused on that that I don't think I even registered.
You have a winning basketball team. I literally don't even blame you.
Like, I was just like, "I'm not even processing this right now." But the other things, like, it just makes so much sense. And so we'll get something at the AMAs, which is exciting because I feel like everything's been so quiet for so long.
Yes. Also, this is not a real Easter egg of any kind, but I just thought it was crazy. Travis stepping out with a slicked back white t-shirt on, but the t-shirt says married and has a wedding cake on it.
The
And I
fuck?
said, "You know that we're fucking crazy,
Yeah,
right?" Like,
like, why first of all, why would you do that, Travis?
right.
Like, you have to have tree pain go through everything that you own to say, like, "Yes, you can wear this," and "No, you can't."
Yeah,
Interesting.
interesting.
Mhm.
But yeah, so a lot going on in the Taylor Swift world, and now we just have a countdown until May 26th.
Isn't it crazy that when we were at our Eras Tour show 2 years ago, she was dating Matty Healy, and he was legit playing on stage at that show.
We were in the same room with Taylor and Maddie Healy while they were very much together.
Like, what the fuck?
No,
2
like
years ago! Like, look at how much has changed.
no, it's like I remember showing up for the openers and being like, "Is that Maddie Healy on
Yeah.
stage with Phoebe Bridgers?" Like, it
Yep.
look how far we've come.
I know, I know. I remember saying it too.
Can
What?
you imagine telling ourselves, like, if 2025 Sam and Jordyn could sit 2023 Sam and Jordyn down right after that show and be like, "Listen, she's gonna end up with Travis Kelce." Like,
I'd be like,
what
"Get the
would
fuck
we
out of my face,
have
time
said?
traveler. I don't wanna know. Don't tell me." That's
Oh
crazy.
oh my god.
Wow. Well, thanks for filling me in
Of course, that's literally
because
what I'm here for.
I needed that. I needed that. That just, like, ignited something in my chest, like, super deep that's like, "Hey, I still love doing this." It's like every once in a while, I'm just like, "Oh my god, am I growing out of it?" And then, like,
Yes.
you feel it and you're like, "No, I'm never gonna
Oh,
grow out of it."
I, like, literally wasn't I listen to Taylor Swift once a day, every day at a bare minimum. Like, there's not a day that goes by where a Taylor Swift song does not get played in full at least once. But I've been listening to her usually I hyperfixate. I've been listening to, like, other genres and, like, playlists and, like, varieties of I'm like, "I forgot all of this existed." And then all of a sudden, the Easter eggs start flooding, and today it was, like, Midnights Till Dawn edition on repeat, and I was like, she's a drug that I will never be able to shake.
I feel like I need to retreat back. I feel like I need to listen to more Taylor Swift.
The next this is gonna do it for you because this did it for me. The next sunny day that we have, where it's warm and
Mm.
gorgeous, well, 1989 Vault straight through. Those 5 songs on a warm, sunny day are going to supercharge your body
I
so hard.
I feel like I did experience it briefly when I was driving home from the gym the other day, and it was so nice out, and I had the windows down, and "I'm Only Me When I'm With You" came on. And I yeah, and so I'm flying down this road. "I'm only up when you're not there." Literally, that was me. Like, I felt it momentarily, like, last week, and
That's
it's so good.
that's incredible.
Yeah.
Wow,
I'm
I'm
just
literally gonna have to listen to that on my drive into work tomorrow morning now.
no, the debut songs come on, man, and I'm like, "Oh."
That's why I'm so excited for debut Taylor's version because she sounds so baby in debut, obviously, because she was. Like,
Yeah.
and now so it's like, but her writing, like those songs are good. So now we're
So
gonna get
good.
them with mature Taylor's voice. Like,
The "I'd Lie" audio is making its rounds again on TikTok, I will say that. I've seen it quite a number of times. It's
I had that illegally downloaded on every iPod I ever owned, and it was like crunchy, and I
yeah,
still listen to it every time.
I think everyone went through that.
Yeah.
Everyone went through that with yeah, just getting, like, that unreleased song, like, "Just Can't Let Her Go," the One Direction one. I
Yes.
still have it on my phone because I still listen to it unironically.
What was the other oh, I Heart question mark. That was a big one.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
I
Beautiful
remember that
Mind.
one.
These
Oh,
better I also saw again, I'm just sick of the rumors at this point too, because I'll take any bit of information as truth because I'm so deprived. But I saw, oh my god, I'm totally blanking on the name of it right now. The song that she wrote for the Hannah Montana movie that Miley Cyrus sang.
Crazier.
No, the one that Miley ended up singing.
Oh, "You'll Always Find Your Way Back Home."
Yes. I saw that she, like, trademarked that, and if that ends up being a vault track, I am going to legitimately shit my pants.
I just got chills.
Have have we ever heard her actually sing it? Like, we all know she wrote it, but has she ever performed it or anything?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware
I
of.
haven't. If anyone has video of it, please
Yes.
share with us.
I
But
feel like
my knowledge,
maybe some, like, real deep, grainy video of her playing it on a guitar someplace might exist in the world somewhere, but there's no way she's performed it
No.
because we'd be seeing it.
Right?
We'd be seeing it everywhere. But
Oh,
no. Oh, that would I think that would cure me,
yeah.
to be honest with you. Hearing Taylor Swift sing in her big girl voice, "You'll always find your way back home." No, I'm gonna get emotional.
Okay, let's talk about boy things because
Please, me and Jordan must revert back to 15-year-old
because I
boys.
was also feeling a little emotional. All right, we're 13-year-old boys again. Let's go. Your Knicks have a 3-1 series lead over the Boston Celtics, and Jalen Brunson is just the coolest person ever. And I resent him so much for going to Villanova and then ending up on the Knicks.
I know, and that is the one thing about him is he does love Philly sports, but
Yeah.
I do not resent him for that. I'm like, "Sir, I respect you." There's
Yeah.
a girl on TikTok right now who bought a little Jalen, Brunson plushie. Like, it's like a really cute plushie of him, and he's got, like, really
I
big
saw
eyes.
you post something with this, and that she gave him an ice bath.
Yes, and she's, like, literally, like, icing his knees and, like, rolling his ankle, and they're trying to do, like, reverse voodoo dolling on him, and now she's been, like, going to the games, and she brings him with her, and she, like, swaddles him and, like, holds him, and I'm like, "Oh my god." Like, it is everyone's like, "You're the reason why we're winning."
That is ins I love everything about that.
No, it's really cute, and she's, like, this, like, very, like, unbeknownst girl that's just, like, be-bopping around loving basketball that, like, no one would know,
I need to
and
give her a follow.
yeah, no, oh my god, it's fantastic, but yeah, it was definitely a huge win yesterday or Monday, um, against Boston, and I was at the Garden before the game started. I went down there for work to interview some fans and things like that. The energy coming out of Madison Square Garden before this was hours before the game even tipped off. Like, I was like, "Holy crap." Like, it is not no, we haven't felt that buzz in New York City in a really long time. I mean, we started to feel it a little bit when the Yankees were in the World Series last year, but then they shat the bed so hard that, like, the buzz died out. Like, the buzz is there. Like, everyone is, like, freaking out about it.
No, even the way that you guys traveled to Boston was insane, and the ending of that game itself was fucking redonkulous. But then I saw videos after of a security lady like freaking out because Knicks fans just would not leave and they were rowdy.
Yeah, and, like, that is I will never say, like, "Oh, no, they're fine, they're fine." They're crazy. These people are crazy. The 7th Avenue last night was completely flooded with people. Like, a straight avenue covered in people for, like, blocks and blocks and blocks, and for me, if you're in that moment and you'd be like, "Wow, that's really cool," but the thought of being there and not having anything to do with the Knicks,
Mhm.
like, nightmare.
Yeah.
Trying to get home, trying to get the subway, forget it. Just walk. Like, that it was just the energy is so crazy, and these people are, like, the real diehard Knicks fans. Like, I just said to Jordan, I was, like, a low-key bandwagon Knicks fans. Like, I've always liked the Knicks and everything, but, like, obviously, when they're on the run, people are paying more attention. But the people that have been there for, like, so long freaking I love Timothy Chalamet. Have you been seeing him at
Yeah.
these games? He's fantastic. Skipped the Met Gala to watch the Knicks, and I'm like, "You know what, sir? I respect you so hard." He's such a little city boy, and I love him. I love him so much.
No, and, like, I love the people that are, like, bringing up the pictures of Kylie from when she would go to games with past boyfriends and then being at games with Timothy because, like, you can just see she's having so much fu like, she just looks like a girl, like, she doesn't
Yeah.
look like a Kardashian who's posed, like, she's just there having fun, and she's, like, glowing and smiling, and the picture of her, like, looking at him
Oh,
as, like, beaming at the like, I'm like, "This is so fucking cute."
No, I think they're very sweet, and I've never been one to, like, really care about Kylie Jenner and, like, what she's doing and whatever, but, like, Timothée Chalamet, like, he is exactly the person that you think he is, you know, like, he's just a kid, he just loved music and acting and just got into it, and he was like, "This is my job, and it made me famous, and now look at my freaking amazing, gorgeous, perfect girlfriend who hangs out with me at Knicks games."
Yep. No, literally insane. Did you see the picture of him, like, when he was a kid asking a Knicks player for an autograph, and then him with that player grown up? And I was like, I am going to sob for you as a
No.
Philly fan. Like,
I'm legit, like, I just love him. I just love him. Even if it wasn't Knicks, like, I feel like I'd just be loving every minute of it.
no, the
So,
energy is phenomenal. I love it.
yes, no, Knicks is it's a good feeling, and I mean, everyone's saying now it's just like finals, finals, finals. I mean, we haven't even made it to Eastern Conference yet, but I heard a lot of people want us to take on the Pacers, I guess. I don't know. I feel like people are dropping like flies recently though.
I know. Yeah, it's a really, really tough year for injuries. Speaking of
Yeah.
the big one, Jason Tatum confirmed torn Achilles, already had surgery, but like no matter what, going to miss majority of next season, which is awful. And like I'm saying this again, like remove like team rivalries. Like obviously no one likes Boston. Like you're gonna root against Boston. I don't understand like the actual hate for Jason Tatum as like a person or an individual that like I saw so many people just like shitting on him after this gruesome injury.
Oh
And I
my
was like,
god, really?
yeah, I was like, this maybe I'm just on the wrong side of Twitter, but it was like so sad. And I was like, you just don't wish injury upon people, especially like he's one of the few NBA players that I'm like, he actually cares and wants to be here. Like, and I feel like that's missing so much from the NBA right now. Jalen Brunson's one of the other ones. Like,
Yeah.
now we have like Anthony Edwards coming
Mhm.
up. He's gonna be the next big face. I like him. Um, but yeah, really, really sad for Jason Tatum.
Yeah. I said to Jordan earlier, like, it's not fun when you're like when there's no competition. Not to say that the Celtics still can't win games without Jason Tatum, but like I don't know, like Jason Tatum is the Celtic star. So it's like for him to be out of this series and like us not being like, it's like when you want to win, you want to beat the best, right?
Yes.
Like that's like the whole point of championships and everything. Like I don't want to now have this series get handed to us just because Jason Tatum's not playing.
No,
I feel like
literally.
that's not fun.
Granted, you guys in my book had it. Like you just
Yeah,
have all the momentum right now. But I
right.
completely hear what you're saying. That's like when the Eagles haven't played like a healthy Cowboys in a few like, and I'm like, it's not as fun to beat Cooper Rush. Like
Yeah.
I want to beat down. That's one of the perks of the Chiefs being back in the Super Bowl for the Eagles. Cause I'm like, I want to beat you in the same spot, fair and square. Like now,
Mhm.
like, even when you win I don't want to jinx you, but I'm very confident for you. Even when the Knicks win this series, it's like you're not going to get to like hoist that over. There's not going to be any shots of Jason Tatum. Like,
Yeah, exactly, exactly. You want that competition. That's what makes for
yeah,
also like just like good sports, you know? The competition is what's like the best thing.
that's
But
literally why, like going off of my earlier point, like that's literally why the NBA isn't fun right now because no one cares. And I'm like, what am I rooting for? Like,
yeah, I feel like if the Knicks were not in the playoffs right now, I would not give a flying fuck at all. Like, at all, especially with Jason Tatum went down and, Anthony Edwards did, like, do a loop around, but he had dropped out over the weekend, and I was like we were texting each other, I was like, "What the frick is going on right now?" Like, "Oh my god." Like, he's, like, down and out. Steph's not playing for the war like, that's not fun.
no.
I want to see Anthony Edwards take down Steph Curry and be like, "That's your stepping stone," It's like, now okay, now you're going up against the Warriors and you don't have Steph Curry, like, boo, sucks. Not fun.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. This is the least I've paid attention to the NBA in years, and like I actually kept trying. Granted, it's because the Sixers suck, but like I would even like try and be like, oh, I'm gonna sit down and watch a game. I'm like, "Oh, I haven't been paying attention much." They're not entertaining to me right now. I'm like, "Is it me? What's going on?" Like, something
Yeah,
is missing.
yeah, for sure.
Maybe I really just resent the Sixers that much that all basketball just sucks. That could be entirely valid.
I feel like it ties into this last NBA topic that we're gonna hit on with the draft lottery because the Mavericks got the first overall pick with these first of all, NBA draft lottery, stupid. So, why do they do this?
I have like, we can grow out of this. Like, we can advance. There's no need to still be doing this, in my opinion.
I don't understand. I don't understand. Like, the NFL can do this order and have it work out, but, like, what do you need a lottery for? Like,
No,
it just I don't know if I'm sounding stupid right now. I might sound completely stupid right now, but I just do not get the concept of a draft lottery.
no, I genuinely don't, and I guess it makes it, like, fair, but, like, I also like, your percentage is based off of how you played the season anyway, so why not just do it in the same way as the NFL, where it's like, how you play determines where you draft, like, in my mind, makes there has to be something I'm missing.
I feel like there is. I feel like there's a reason why basketball does lottery because the WNBA obviously does the same thing,
Yeah.
right? Like, they do a lottery too.
Should I call in a Brian? Should we phone a friend?
You we can use the internet.
Yeah,
Why does the NBA use lottery
'cause
for
the NHL
draft?
does it too.
After the 1984 coin flip, which was won by the Houston Rockets, the NBA introduced a lottery system to counter the accusations that the Rockets and several other teams were tanking by deliberately losing their remainder. Oh, okay. Tanking. Tanking,
Okay,
which I
what's worse?
guess could be more of an issue in the NBA because they play more games.
Yes, but also what's worse, tanking or literally rigging your own league? Because there's no way
Yeah.
these bitches trade Luca and then end up with the first
Keep
overall.
your flag, basically.
That, like, sketchy, sketchy shit, and that trade didn't make sense from the get-go, especially, do you know how bad my Sixers needed that? Like, you're gonna take that from us? You willingly gave away Luca and you still win? Like,
Oh my god. Yeah, no, like, that's not fair because the 76ers, weren't they, like, one of the highest
yes.
percentages to get
I
the
mean,
first pick?
we got the 3rd overall pick, like, we still have a very good pick, but yeah, like, we also
Interesting.
need help, like,
Yeah, I know. It's just it seems super ridiculous, though, that
I
that just happened, and, like, I think everyone thinks that. Like, it's like, they're like, "You're not fooling anyone."
mm-mm.
Like, the fact that the Dallas Mavericks got the first overall pick, like, let's be real. Be fucking for real right now.
1.8% chance.
The argument is that there's always gonna be a chance, so I
Show your
get it,
and
but
there's your
also
chance.
I think it's stupid.
I completely agree. I think the whole thing is sketchy. Very weird.
Freaking NBA, man. Figure
NBA.
it out. Figure it out. Also, I saw somebody on TikTok talking about the fact, like, I obviously, like, I'm not tuning into every NBA game. If I'm tuning into an NBA game, it's Knicks, playoffs, whatever. But there are, like, people that don't have cable and have to get, like, league pass or whatever and, like, they're like, "I would watch basketball if I knew where to fucking find it."
Yes.
And I
No,
was like, "That is so real," because I feel like that's that way now, and especially with all these fucking streaming services with the NFL now. Like, this game's only here, this game's on Prime, this one's on Netflix, like, it's absolutely out of control.
no, it's actually crazy that you bring this up because I just talked about this at work. It's the same way with MLB, and the craziest thing is, like, you would think if you subscribe to this, like, NBA League Pass that you would be getting every game.
Everything.
Like, that's the point, and you're still not, and it's like, like, you're paying all these services. There has to be a way where you, like, whenever you're streaming, we're also gonna put it on the app. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's what makes NFL so easy for people to get addicted to because, and even they're starting to make shit complicated, but
That's
it's
what I
just like
mean.
eatable
Yeah. No, it's literally like
for the most
I feel
part.
like they should really just sign rights over to teams and, like,
Yes.
be like, "Okay, if you're a, you know, Detroit Pistons fan, then you just go to the Pistons and be like, "Hey, I will pay you this amount of money for the year for me to watch every single Pistons game." And they go, "Okay." And then whatever that has to do with TV and contracts and things like that, they figure it out. But like, if you don't care about any other team, why would you want League Pass?
Exactly. Exactly. It's weird. It's very, very weird.
Like Red Zone makes sense for people, especially people who watch all the NFL games. But it's also yeah.
Like, do you know how invested people would be in the NBA and the MLB if their apps were like, "Hey, every single game is available," and they took that, like, YouTube TV aspect where it's like, if you wanna watch 3 at once, if you wanna watch 4 at once, like, here, like,
Yeah,
people would pay fucking $50 a month for that. Like, you don't have to charge like, people would pay for that, and it would be worth it, and or maybe 50 is very dramatic,
yeah.
but I was like, "I don't think I'd pay 50 for that." Like,
Mm,
I'd be like
per
14.99 for NFL Plus.
yeah. Oh, I canceled my NFL Plus. I was like, "This is a waste of time."
I every year, I'm like, "I'm gonna cancel it in the off season," and I never do.
No, I canceled it mid-season last year
Why?
because they pay it pays for the entire year. So, like, no matter what, even if I canceled it in October, I still get up until the end of
Oh,
the
really?
year.
I wonder if
'Cause
mine's
you
like that or if mine's monthly.
'Cause I pay for the year. I was
Oh,
paying for the year. Um, no, because I was like, "Okay, I have cable. I have a cable app on my phone that I can access and watch from, stream. Um, I have Red Zone on that cable. Why am I paying for NFL Plus?" Like, I was like, the only thing I was getting from NFL Plus was watching the games on my phone, which originally you didn't even have to pay for. If you had
I
the NFL app and you connected it to your cable, you were able to watch the games on the NFL app.
yep.
Don't know why they changed that. Well, I do know why. They wanted a cash grab with NFL Plus, but, like, I get maybe for other people why that might make sense because if you don't have cable, but
That's we I have, like, the most basic cable, and it doesn't include NFL Network or Red Zone, and for me to add on Red Zone, just Red Zone, it was, like, 14.99 a month, and I can't remember if it was the same, but it was, like, an extra charge for NFL Network, and I was like, "Screw that, I'm just gonna get the NFL Plus app," and I have the smart TV,
mhm.
so I just watch, like, on the app, on the TV, and then I have the games when I'm on my phone.
See, I
So
think there was an issue with me too. Like, I signed up on my phone and it wouldn't let me watch on any other device.
really?
Yeah, it was like ridiculous. Like, it was like, no, you can only watch it on your phone. And so I tried to like I probably wouldn't have deleted it if I or like canceled my subscription if I could have gotten it on my TV.
No, I logged right in on the NFL button.
I don't know if it was the plan
Weird.
that I chose or I don't know, but I was not allowed to watch it on any other device.
Weird.
Yeah, but
Oh, no. Well, it's okay. We have our red zone, we have our NFL network. Uh,
mhm.
God, I can't wait for it to be football season.
I know, but I feel like we must get to the last topic of our show today, to get our minds off of the fact that we have no NFL right now, and that's to talk about the Hunger Games. Okay, I started watching the movie, I got like 15 minutes into it, and then I had to start working again.
Wait, before we go deep in Hunger Games, I wanna do a NBA Hunger Games crossover because Brian was explaining to me the, like, Mavs percent to, like, get the number 1 overall. Because at first I was like, "What the like, how does this work?" Like, I thought the Sixers
Mhm.
were in, like, a very short list the way everyone was talking, and he was like, "No, every team's in it, just other teams have." So I was like, "Okay, it's like Prim getting selected for the Hunger Games. Her name was only in once, and you have Gail's in, like, 40 times." And Brian was like, "I can't attest to how true that comparison is." He was like, "But it sounds right."
Yeah, yeah,
So that's our Hunger Games NBA crossover for today. But no
love
matter
it.
what, you finish the book, right?
The book is finished. The book is finished. I finished the book this afternoon. Listened to it so much yesterday. On Monday, it was like all day I was listening to it, so I got a big chunk of it done. Um, yeah, it was sad, and then it wasn't so sad, but I really did not remember a lot of it. I will say.
Was the plot twist that you were talking about initially Prim?
Yes, it was Gail.
Okay.
But in my head, I feel like I remembered that being a little bit more intense. And, like, while I was listening to her, like, basically Katniss was just like, "Yeah, like, you killed my s like, your actions killed my sister," like, and, like, that was it. Like, there's no she never, like okay. As I was, like, listening towards the end of the book and, like, then listening to her life that she starts with Peeta at the end and, like, all this stuff and how happy they are and everything, and then the fact that Gale just, like, dies off and, like, we, like, just, like not dies off, but, like, trickles away into the book and, like, we never really hear from him again. I'm like, "Was Gale really that important? Did Gale ever really care about Katniss?" You know, I'm not so sure.
Nope.
I feel like there was some convenience there.
I feel 100% the same way, and especially with the way Suzanne writes her characters. Like, I feel like I've said it on the show before, but like, if she wants you to know something or if someone
Yep.
is important, like, you will, the way you like immediately knew Asina. Like, she's not sugarcoating anything. She's like, this is a safe person for you. Like, you trust him, you rely on him, he's steady. Like, Gail's just kind of there always. And then, yeah, he disappears. So I think it literally just shows, like, he never really mattered. Like,
No,
he's
he never
awful.
did.
I hate him. I
And
don't know how any I cannot wrap my head around people being like, "Yep, I'm team Gale."
no, it just he again, I really don't think he ever he said he loved her. I just don't think that that really was ever there. I feel like the circumstances they were given, the situations that they were put in, led them to be always with each other, friends, turned into whatever. But I feel like that was all convenience. Said like her and Peeta were put in this like insane situation. They would have never spoken to each other if that never happened. And then look at the relationship that they were able to build, how much he very obviously cares about her, always talks about how much he cares about her, even when he was going absolutely crazy in Mockingjay, like still loved her. Never felt that way with Peeta. Peeta was just like basically anytime she was trying to like live her life, but no, fucking survive her life. He was just like, well, looked real to me. Looked like you were kissing Peeta for real. Blah, blah. Bitch, she was trying to get out of a place where they were gonna kill her.
Yep,
They were gonna kill her. She was
yep.
doing that to survive. It turned into real emotions, obviously, but that's what you're thinking about?
No,
That's what you're thinking about.
like, let's be real. Who the fuck wouldn't fall in love with Katniss? Like, she's a badass, hot bitch that's taking over the world. Like, I do think he cared about her. And I think he was like attracted to everything that she was. But I agree, he never loved her because all of the shit that she was going through was about like the slightest inconvenience in his life or feelings or all this shit. And then I think one of the biggest things in this series is like character parallels.
Mhm.
Like everyone always likes to compare Katniss to Snow, but to me, Gale is Snow. Because like at the end, those choices that he had to make, the way he looked at that war, Katniss was like, you're no different than that. Like
Yeah.
everything you're going to do is just to put you in their spot. You're not trying to change anything. Like there's some weird shit there.
He killed children.
Literally killed children.
He killed children, and, like, literally right after that, when she finds Snow in, like, his chains and whatever, like, in his little prison in his house or whatever, and because she goes to, like, get the rose, and he was just like, "Oh, the Capitol really, like, doesn't care about making sure children were alive or anything," and I'm like, "Well, that's Snow saying that, but he didn't even do it.
Yeah.
Gale did it." And then when Gale finally sees Katniss after all this for the first time since he knew that Prim was dead, doesn't even give her like a "I'm so sorry."
No, he's literally sucks.
He literally was just like she was like, "Was it yours?" And he was like, "I don't know, maybe." Like s- be a little bit more courteous of this girl that you supposedly love and the fact that her best friend and little sister is dead.
Yeah.
Like, who are you?
It's a literally like
Infuriating.
the whole point of all of this starting was to save Prim. And then Gale just goes and blows up Prim. Like,
The circle. The circle. Wow.
well, like everyone's like, "Oh, the Hunger Games isn't deep." I'm like, "Then you haven't processed it." Like, I know it's
No.
written in a young adult way, but there are so many I told you when I was reading the new Hunger Game book, which obviously we're not talking about because Sam hasn't got to yet, but I literally sent the picture of like It's Always Sunny. And I was like, this is how it feels reading this book. Like I just want to like connect everything because
Well,
it's a web.
I'm really excited. So I did already start listening to Songbirds and Snakes. And literally, I've gotten maybe a chapter into it, but right in the first chapter is already a connection to Mockingjay. And I don't, should I say it?
Yeah, of course. Say it.
Tigress.
Yes. Oh, babe. Oh,
Yeah, like, and again, like, I literally like, we haven't even met anyone yet other than them just describing what's, like, going on and how he's poor and Coriolanus is poor, whatever. And I would like, the second they said and I went, "Oh, I'm so glad I'm reading these all back to back," because
yes.
everything is so fresh in my brain from the original trilogy now that even, like, when we were, like anytime I was reading things in Mockingjay, and especially if it had to do with, like, the Capitol or anything, like, I was trying to kind of store them because I was like, "This might come back later." Same with, like, Catching Fire when they were talking about Haymitch's games, like, I was like, "Okay, that's definitely gonna be important later." Maybe, like, keep a couple notes in your brain. And when we got to Tigress, they explained her so deeply, but yet left so many questions open about it. I was like, "That's really interesting." And then the second I started listening to this book, I'm like, "Oh." And, like, I just feel like every single gap that was ever left open is going to get filled,
Yep.
which is so fun. Especially after how many years like, was this planned? Did she know she was gonna write 2 more books?
That's and I'm saying this with no spoilers at all. The way Sunrise on the Reaping is written, in my mind, there's no way part of that wasn't explained to Woody Harrelson. Because, like, obviously, when you're watching Catching Fire, you don't see it. But, like, once you're reading Sunrise on the Reaping, it's just crazy.
Interesting. Yeah, I feel like there's gonna be, like, a lot of gaps that are filled in that maybe she did intend to leave them open, and that I feel like there might be some that she didn't intend to leave open and then just happened to be able to close it with a new book, but I don't know. I'm excited, though.
I am literally so excited for you. Just a reminder, Mockingjay Part 1 is pretty slow. So just watch it. That literally fell to the trend of just releasing 2 movies when it had no business being 2 movies.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like I while I was reading it, I was trying to find the break in the story that would constitute the first half slash the second half. And it literally, I was like, okay, this is the break. And then I looked at my app and it said I had 89% done of the book. And I was like, oh, okay. Like,
Yeah,
I was like, and again, I really don't think I really remember watching these 2 movies. I feel like I remember the second one more, probably because it was a little bit more exciting. But, like, so far, I've been watching the first one, I'm like, I don't really know. Like, I could be watching this for the very first time right now. I have
yes.
no idea.
That's where I lost Brian. We watched Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes had just come out, and we watched Hunger Games, Catching Fire. He was like in. And
Yeah.
then we had Mockingjay Part 1, Part 2, and Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And after Mockingjay Part 1, he was like, and I was like, you have to finish it. Like
You're so close.
this close. And we spent 3 days watching the Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. So he finally saw that. I don't know if he could say what was going on, but he sat with me while I watched it. And then he's still never seen Mockingjay Part 2 though. And at this point, we probably have to go back and rewatch them all for it to make sense.
I literally asked Michael while I was, like, starting to watch the movies, I was like, "Do you wanna watch Hunger Games with me?" And he was like, "No." And I was like, but it would be so much fun. And he was like, he's like, I just know it's not for me. And I'm like, it's fine, but like,
It's like I'm obviously so biased about the series, but, like, I feel like they're so gender neutral and just entertaining.
I think so too. I think he's just being silly.
They're just being
He's
boys.
just being a boy. But
Silly
I am very excited to watch it because I don't remember the first one at all, like I said. I remember some visuals from the second one. Like I remember when they go down. I wonder if that's in the first one or the second one. When they go down into like the nuclear pit, like to get out of the bombing.
Yeah,
Is that in the first movie or the second movie?
I think first.
Okay, that I kind of remember. Alright, that just goes to show that I've seen the first one
I
because
think
I remember them going down into the bomb shelter.
but yeah, no, it was first.
I
What?
I don't know.
I
I
don't
don't even remember where it is in the book. It might be halfway through the book, so maybe I don't know. But
I don't think so either.
what I did really like in the book was how it was obviously I mean, Katniss has always struggled with making herself like putting herself first basically and like thinking of herself and her health and like whatever. And like even after Prim dies, she's like really not processing it health like in a healthy way. And when fucking the cat shows up and like is there for her and like they're there for each other because they're both grieving. And I'm like, this is what Katniss needed. She needed a living thing that couldn't talk to her
Yes,
physically. Like she just needed to bond with something that wasn't a person. And
yes,
she got that with wasn't Buttercup?
yes.
Yeah. And she got and like the fact that they were like, yeah, and then they cried together. And I was like, because a cat can cry. They get so emotional.
I am really interested to hear your thoughts because that's the one thing I felt like the movies lacked in the
Okay.
last 2 specifically, like, showing her mental health struggles. Like, I feel like they kind of, like, made her a little too badass, which, like, phenomenal, but, like, took away some of, like, the trauma, and I'm
Which I feel is
interested.
a big part of it.
Like, she, like, genuinely lost her fucking mind, like, and
Literally.
valid, and
Yes.
I feel like they, like, obviously touch on it, but, like, I feel like you do not feel it in the movies the way that you do in the book, but also I've seen them so many times, so I don't know if I'm just, like, used to it, so I'm interested you going in to hear what
Yeah.
you think.
I'll it'll be interesting to see because I feel like that's a really important part of Katniss, and the fact that, like, she basically, like there are times where she's incapable of doing anything physically because of how emotionally wrecked she is.
Yes.
Like, there and, like, after Prim is dead, I feel like we gloss over it really quickly, but, like, weeks go by.
Yes, and I think that's the point to show that, like, I don't feel anything right now.
Yeah, like,
It's
she
literally it's giving did you read Twilight?
Yes, I read Twilight.
You remember New Moon when I was just like, we got so lazy, like, it was like April, May, June. I was like, "Come the fuck on."
Oh, and I remember that in the movie too, where she's, like,
Yeah.
sitting at the window and the fucking window is,
There's
like
a possibility.
I think we talked about this before, but I would love to rewatch the Twilight movies because I have not seen them since they came out, and I never saw the last Breaking Dawn movie. So
No, like, we need a sleepover,
I
and we
know,
need
that's
to binge them. Sam, the last movie is fucking insane.
No, I've heard that, and I've seen so many clips of it, so, like, I know, but then I'm like, I never actually sat down and watched this movie, like, straight through.
Sam, I was at the midnight premiere of that, and when I tell you the theater, like, erupted in screams, like, it was wild. Um, I have to confess that Twilight is my guilty pleasure, and I do rewatch the series at least once a year.
Really? Oh
Me
my god, I
too.
have not watched it in so long.
I do, I love it. Um, did I feel like I had to have last year. It was also, like, when Brian was playing baseball and like, games would end and I'd be going to bed, and obviously we were long distance, he wasn't there. I'd be like, "I'm gonna fall asleep to Twilight."
Baseball movie.
There's literally a baseball scene.
No, it's a baseball movie.
Vampire baseballs.
Boys, watch Twilight, it's a baseball movie.
It's literally a baseball movie.
Um, but overall, I was so happy to kind of relive the series again. I know I'm not, like, finished with the full thing, but the original trilogy, like, I had such a fun time. I mean, it took me, like, what, like, 10 days to get through all 3 books, like, it was not hard. Oh, I forgot that Finnick died. And I texted Jordan and I said, "Finnick, Nar." Or I was literally, like, sitting there and, like, they're getting chased by the mutts,
Mhm.
and, I'm also trying to keep track of everybody that's, like, with her when you're listening to it is tough. Like,
There's a lot of people.
as far as I know, it's her and Gale and Boggs, RIP,
Are
my fucking G, I loved Boggs. And then it was, like, Finnick, Peeta, Gale, and, like, I'm like, everybody else is just a blur behind her. I don't know who else is with her, and there was, like, camera people and, like, so many different things.
there was an Avox that couldn't speak.
Right, and, like, I didn't even remember about him until we got to the hanging tree part, and I was like, "Oh, fuck, right, that guy, he's got no tongue. Okay, cool." But there she's like looks down and like Gale comes up and he's all like fucked up and I was like, "Good, Gale, die." And then even though I knew Gale didn't die, and then she like looks down, she's like sees Finnick gets just like ripped apart by these mutts. And I was like sitting there and I was listening to it. I was in the battery tunnel coming home from Madison Square Garden and I'm like looking out the window and listening to it and I'm like, "Oh, oh." I'm like, "Oh, they're gonna go down and get him." And then they're like, "Nope, gone, running away." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" And then, like, it took me, like, a couple of minutes for me to realize, I went, "Oh my god, Finnick is dead." Like, they're not going back for him. Finnick is dead. And then at the end of the book, they said that Annie was pregnant so that she actually got to have Finnick's baby, but he's dead. Like, are you kidding? I was like, "That's the saddest death." Prim is so sad. For me, Finnick is the saddest death.
And do you wanna know the worst part about it? Suzanne Collins, this bitch, I'm kidding, I love you, I would literally die for you, but she has come out and said, "That is the character death that I regret the most, like, that never had to happen." And I'm like, "Take it back. Release a world,
Rewrite it.
rewrite it where Finnick lives. I literally don't care."
Rewrite it.
No,
They buy houses next to each other and their kids grow up together.
no, I will literally, that's one of those character deaths I will never get over. When I was rereading it, I knew it was coming, and literally, like, I could tell. I was like, It's like here." And I literally was reading it. I was in a hotel by myself because Brian was already at the field for his game, and I'm literally like, pacing around this hotel room, and I'm like, "You can do it. Like, you can literally do it." And I had to like talk myself into sitting down and reading through it. At one point, I was like, "I'm just gonna skip it. Like, I know what happens."
Yeah.
But I read it and it sucks just as bad. Like, it never gets easier.
It was so sad. And I was like, "Damn, Finnick." He was like getting out of it.
I know.
He was getting there. He'd married his girl. He was so happy.
And he was just so good. He deserved so
I
much.
know, and he was, like, so cocky, but so fun, and he, like, cared for Katniss too. I think Finnick cared for Katniss more than Gale did.
I will die on that hill. Absolutely.
Like, Finnick had more love for Katniss in his heart than Gale did at all.
Second that he saw how scared she got when PETA ran into that force field, that moment he was like, "She's the real deal." And he had her back literally until he died. Meanwhile, Gail blows up her sister. Like, come on.
The worst. No,
Oh,
I and then you know what too, while I was watching Catching, because I remember obviously how I felt reading that part in Catching Fire, watching it in Catching Fire, they must have told Jennifer Lawrence, like, "Make this shit as real as fucking possible," and she said, "Say less." And
also, that entire fucking cast in that movie, stunning. Like, everyone looked the hottest that they've ever looked. Just incredible.
uh, Sam Claflin,
Yeah.
Claflin, that's his name, plays Finnick, who's also every role he does, So good.
Phenomenal.
He was in The Guy in the Wheelchair and Me Before You. So good.
Yep.
Fucking, the guy from Daisy Jones. So good. Finnick Odair. So good. He's just killing it.
Yep.
He's so good at his
So
job.
mad at him for getting veneers.
He got veneers?
Yes, and he had the cutest little teeth. It makes me so sad.
That is so sad. I'm so sorry
Um,
to hear that.
and obviously at the time of this, we have 2 prequels. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I'm
Mhm.
convinced there's a 3rd one coming, and I think she's just gonna keep doing little trilogies, and I'm praying in my delusional mind that she throws out one more prequel, has the little prequel trilogy, and then in the best world, there's a 3rd trilogy, a trilogy of trilogies, if you will, post-war perspectives. But a girl can dream. I'm just so happy you're reading them. I can't wait for you to read the prequels. You're gonna have the time of your life. Get tissues. Jesus
I'm
Christ. Thoughts and prayers.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm traveling tomorrow, so I will have lots of time to listen and read, and so we're gonna get a good chunk of Songbirds and Snakes done, hopefully soon.
I am thrilled to hear that. And if you guys were so thrilled to hear this episode, make sure to smash that thumbs up button, give us a like, subscribe to us here on the YouTube channel. As always, we are also available wherever you get your audio podcasts. If you don't already, follow us on all of our social medias. You can find us at the unsolicited_podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and you can find us on Twitter at Sam and Jordyn. I think I got it all.
You kill it every time.
Let's freaking go. Bye, guys. We'll see you next week.
Bye.